it's setting up right now. I can't even see it, but I looked at the video and it was filming while it was setting up, and I can't see it because it's on here. There we go. You're live. All right, here we go. I'm gonna play a couple practice holes. Let me get some light up here so you guys can see me and I'm not in the dark. Hold on. All right, here we go. Now we're ready. Have no idea. Have no clue what to expect or get. I haven't even been playing, so I haven't played all weekend. I played my opening rounds on Friday just to kind of test it out, and I went back and watched the video and moved around and made sure to see what I did on the holes. I didn't hit as many perfect into the holes that I would have liked. There's still some of the holes that I got my distance right, so we'll have to see. So I'm just gonna practice I'm gonna do a few practice holes, and because I'm an idiot and I haven't set it up so that I can like warn you guys that, hey, in 15 minutes. I was looking at it and I could have did that, but I thought, I'll play some practice holes and we'll see what the deal is. I am super tight on balls. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes that I'm using Power 5 balls on. Wow. Freaking 12 Power 5 balls just in the weekend. Alright, let's see if I have 12 Power 5 balls. So I got 6, 7, 8, 9 with this autumn ball, 10, 11 with the present ball. So I am 1 ball short. I think my plan is to use a Power 4 ball on one of the holes, and I know which hole I can use a Power 4 ball on if I need to switch over. So let me get everything ready. Get it all ready. Let's pick a Marlin and just go out there. I'm going to do a couple practice holes just to warm up because I literally haven't played in like 48 hours. Well, probably 40. This is where you come out and you do a practice hole and then you're not paying attention and you click on the, and I don't want to get into the holes that we're playing in. I am getting some like serious lag. I tested everything out before the deal, but I am like getting serious lag here. Serious. What up, everybody? Sunshine Glades. Oh. So that humming noise you're hearing in the background is actually my CPU fan. So I have a laptop. I can move it around. It's a laptop you can fold around and use. It's actually a pretty big laptop, and you can use it as a tablet. So you can fold it around. I can put that on the other side. I've moved everything a little bit farther away, so hopefully the background noise isn't as bad. See if I can get some warm up. See like how bad the lag's gonna be. The lag's gonna kill me. Oh, it's gonna kill me. So my only hope in this is to play really good on the par 4s. So if I can go out there and get, oh man, if this is the way the lag's gonna be in the game, I'm in big ass trouble. Because I'm like way. And I don't even hardly have a scale there. That's going to be bad. Wow, that was pretty laggy. So come out and do a couple of proxels, just see what it looks like. That is bad, really bad. I'm gonna go. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna reset my internet and reset all my stuff. I think my wife might be watching Netflix. Maybe I can convince her to watch regular television. Reset my modem, and I'll be back. We need to get that lag a little bit better. I wanted to play a couple holes just to see if I can get, because I've been getting lag all weekend. Even just like using the stuff, it's like the internet's like, I don't know what the deal is. We're finding out. But in the meantime, I have to deal with this issue. So hopefully, the deal is as long as I can hit good on the drives on the par fours, in this particular tournament, that's minus 30. If you can pick up all the par fours, and the ones that you're really trying to pick up are the par 5 albies and the hole-in-ones, where you've got to not have any lag on those shots going into the cup. So if I can just catch a few of those where I don't have any lag, I might be all right, as long as I can succeed on the par fours. So that's a big if. Hey, come on, look. I'm touching the screen and it's that laggy. That's not good. It's not good, Yaman. I move it backwards and then it's jogging. 5-9. And I have to release it the first time by. Great, to the left. Man, that's serious lag. Yeah, I got to do something or I won't even be able to play. This is the problem I've been having. The last like 4 or 5 days, I've had big lag. Even when I've shot, like it's there's something wrong with my connection. Because even when I'm just like shooting, I've shot some individual videos just to see how much lag I got, and it's laggy. Laggy. Hey, we got 10 people in the house. Joe Golf. Kyle Brady. Amit. Kevin. Kevin is in the house. What's up, Mr. Dunner? I'm sure that you guys posted some pretty good rounds. I talked to Kyle earlier today, and it's one of those deals. I'm all about trying to peak in the weekend round. I'm not one of those guys that can post big scores like over and over and over, like it's totally repeatable. I get to a point where I'm like over-analyzing every freaking hole, and you start not getting drops. You just got to hit on that day where you got all the drops. Some guys are like every day they get all the drops. I'm like, it just comes around, so I got to hit the right round in order for that to happen. And hopefully it's in the weekend round. Nine, 6, max club. Get out here where I can see. And do a 30%, so that's 10. That'd be a 13. Whew. There's 5. There's 10. 12. I'm gonna go right in that area. Hit it. 7,000 rings great to the right. Just barely missed that rough. Just barely. All right, I'll be right back. So everybody stay right there. If anybody comes on and goes, where the hell's the guy? I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn my internet off, so you guys might lose me for a second. That's the deal. If you lose me, I'll get right back on. So hold on a second. All right, just making sure that I was back up and running because golf class wasn't coming up. Are you all there? Sorry about that. It's probably daydreaming. I was looking at it earlier and it said still trying to connect, so I was going to get my device connected first. Sitting there looking at my D&D stuff. Yes, I'm 18 years old and I still play D&D. Alright, let's try one more. Let's practice one more hole and then I'm going into the tournament. But I want to see if the lag's gotten a little bit better. So we have nothing. My wife's not streaming Netflix and I reset the router, reset the modem. So far it looks a little better. Hopefully. I have no expectations for this round. I've practiced so little and I put so little effort into it that my expectations are low, zero. So what I'm falling back on here is just like I've got some notes and I'm just going to play. I'm just going to go out there and use the skills that I have and see what happens. I haven't, my whole thing is that in this tournament, if I can catch eagles on all three of the par fours and I get eagles on all three of the par fives and birdies on all the par threes, that's 30. So all I need to do is pick up one, maybe two on something. And that'll put me at least like up, in contention. Somebody came into this bracket with a 31. It was a 31 and then 28. So, and I was at 26. I have tiebreakers on nobody. Zippo. Okay, so this is the same hole we were on before, and I'm getting a lot less lag. Excellent. Whew. That's good because the lag was so bad a minute ago it was not even playable. Hitting it great. I did that on purpose. Not because I wanted to hit it great, but that was just all me. Johnny's in the house. Pat's fan. That's right. Yeah. Anybody watch this video on my channel, that's the whole thing, is that you can love and hate me. Because, like, why wouldn't you be a Patriots fan? I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, I'm surprised that most of the teams still have uniforms and everything. I just thought they had practice squads. That way we had somebody to play against. Just saying. And I'm a big NASCAR fan. I raced the online stuff, did the esports. I am a big NASCAR fan, and I'm really like hip on the strategy and stuff. And one of the sayings in NASCAR, for any of you that are NASCAR fans, is if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough. So screw off. There's 5. It's 4 or 5. Hey. It's 9. 3. Oh. All right. I have yet to hit a perfect. I'm sure that somewhere in there there's a perfect. Funny thing there is that even if I'd hit it perfect, I hit it great to the left. I hit great to the left and it went great to the right. That's not good. I bet you Johnny shot some awesome rounds. Leonardo, Dez, Kyle. Those guys are the cream of the crop right now. Kevin. Was it Leonardo, Kyle? Scooby was up towards the top. Captain, my captain. Clash hero. Yep, there was some good players up at the top in our clan, and I would imagine that hasn't changed. All right, here we go. Hole number 1, Redwood Cup. I'm not getting any lag. I'm just going to go out there and start playing. All right, hole number 1. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'm going to get on in 1. I'm not trying for a hole in 1, but there is a hole in 1 shot on this hole. I'm going to use one of my autumn balls. Take my number 1 bag, and let's roll. Need to get an eagle on every par 4. That's the absolute critical thing. So as long as I can get an eagle on all the par 4s, that's the thing. So every par 4 is dead freaking serious. Stretch. Pumping down there with my caddy. All right, let's get rolling. Waving to the crowd. All right. Three, 23.6. There's 3. All right, here we go. I hit it great to the right. I don't even want to look. I don't want to look. That's going to end up in the sand. Alright, we're going to start off that way. That's how we're going to start. That's how we're going to start. Alright, you little bastards. I'm going to start by scrambling. So, put myself in a spot so I have to scramble to get up. This is all about if I hit this shot perfect, it'll go in the hole. If I don't hit perfect, it's not going to go in the hole. So if I don't want to put myself into a hole right at the beginning of the round, I'm going to have to get this right here and right now. Let's get some motivation in the round, right off the bat. All right, here we go. Getting it perfect. See if I got my wind adjustment right. Oh! Oh! All right, all right, all right. That was a heartbreaker. I was trying to judge the distance there on that shot, and it was like right there at that thing where it was just like within the cup or outside. And there's a hole that we play all the time. It's actually the very first hole that I ever got a hole in one on a par 4. And on that particular hole, you end up in the sand a lot. There's a little finger, and you're trying to hit over the sand. It's like in a Tour 2 or Tour. It's one of the tours that you can play friendlies down there, where you can try and get on in 1 and get a hole in 1. And we hit from the sand a lot, so like from where we're out, I always use that hole as my like trying to figure out distance, like where I need to adjust when you're down there in the fine tuning of your sand wedge. And there's a fine line between being in the spot where half the cup is 4 miles an hour and where half the cup is 2 miles per hour. So like in that situation right there, it was like right there on the line, and I was trying to hang out towards the left-hand edge of the cup so that I gave myself potentially 4 miles per hour, and I was just a little bit farther back than I thought I was. Because on that hole that I'm thinking of, I usually set up a half a cup off. Arr. Where in the F is the arr emoji? I am not playing par threes. I am going to either get a hole-in-one on them or I am not. I'm not going to waste any hole-in-ones in the weekend round. I've been practicing them and I don't normally do that. Alright, you want to play that way? You want to play hard to get? I can play that way. I got your number. Alright. I'm using a rock and a navigator. I'm doing 3 backspin, 1 right hand side spin, 1 per ring, 0.1 less. And Kyle is setting up a half of a square to the left of the cup. And I can almost believe that. Almost. But he's using a QB instead of a rock. I'm going to set up on the left hand side of the cup. Let's make sure I got the right stuff. It should be bag number 2. Bag number 2. See, normally in between the videos I'll be sitting here and I'll be thinking about shit like this, and now that I'm streaming, you guys are hearing all of my thought process when I'm going out there and doing the deal. I'm taking a navigator. Nav. All right, here we go. We got 15 people listening. It's like a radio station. You can have this in the background. You don't necessarily have to watch. You can hear I just like shoot the thing. You work in your wood shop and you're doing it. It's like listening to Howard Stern or somebody doing some radio show. 3, 1. .5 plus 0.1, so it's 2.6. Hey, there's 2.5, 2.6. Hitting it perfect? I can hit it perfect. Look at that. It's gotta look. It's gotta look. Has it got the distance? Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Alright, the bad news is that I didn't pick up the eagle on the hole number 1. But the good news is that I at least made up for it. But damn it! I didn't get to hold on to that one. That's the thing about this game is like, that's why I know that it sounds, especially for my viewers that are like really freaking good players, you know, for all of you that are like trying to get up into that elite group, you know, the main thing is like that minimum score is so freaking important, and picking up those, like in my score sheet, getting eagles on all 3 of the par 4s is part of my minimum score. If I want to win, I'm the kind of guy that has to win on the par 4s and hope that I can like really cap it by picking up a par 3 or par 5. And so the minimum score, I dropped one on the minimum score. Now I have to use something to make that up, and that's not the way to get to the top of these brackets. Every hole, you've got to freaking pick something up and hang on to it. But that was a big hole-in-one. All right, hole number 3. Hole number 3. Alright, this big ass par 5 has caused me some issues. I think we're doing max OP on this. I'm gonna play it by ear because I think I did a max OP shot and was way up there, and I was like in my grizzly range, but I just did a layup over there and I was in my wood range, and I thought that if I brought a guardian it would be a better shot coming into the cup. So taking my number 5 bag, and I'm using a season 18 ball, which means I'm using an autumn ball. I think that's all I need. I'm doing plus 20% on the drive and plus 10% to the cup. But my shot to the cup is not going to be, I don't know like what the deal is on the shot to the cup. And the deal is that normally, like if we were playing holes that we've played multiple times, like normally on this hole I would know like I'm going to be in 348 to 352. That's like the range. But I haven't, I'm still like trying to figure out where I need to be, where's the spot on the drive. Yeah, I will have to use overpower. I want to end up right there. It's 3 plus 20%. So that's 6, that's 4. Let's say 4-2, that's 2 rings. And I'm going to put the forward power back in it. Hit it 1 ring, great! Oh, I hit the freaking tree. I forgot all about the tree. Oh, I can't believe I missed that tree. I knew there was a reason we weren't doing max curl there, and then I thought about it as soon as I released. I was like, oh, damn that tree. But I guess in that situation I was able to get away with it. I can't believe I didn't hit that tree. I can't believe I didn't hit that limb right here. Like right there. How in the hell did that happen? Yeah, and I can't see the chat right now. My chat is off because I turned off all my internet stuff and my chat went down. I didn't realize it until just now. So if you guys are chatting at me, I can't see it. I'll try and fix it here when I get done with this shot. It's bleeding out a little. It's breaking a little to the left. 3-3. I moved it about 3-8. Oh, and I hit it 7 billion rings. Great. See if I can refresh it. Dale Appleby in the house. Sorry about that. I had my chat when I did the thing, and you guys have been sitting there chatting, and I've been looking, and it's like, hey, nobody's chatting. Sorry about that. Freaking rookie. Rookie. I was doing that, and I got all jacked up on the shot and the whole deal. What was the deal? I don't like that shot coming in there with the... I have to go back and watch those. I didn't even see the shot going in. Took the shot, and I was like up here looking at the thing. I don't even know how it came in there or what the deal was on that shot. I can't remember if I hit it great or I think I hit it great. Have no idea. Don't even remember. One shot at a time. How's Mr. Appleby doing? Ah, you did. You texted me right here. I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice while streaming, and I know you are used to doing videos by yourself, but trust me, acknowledge your viewers when you get a chance, bud. You're surprised what that means to the viewers. I totally agree. I'm just, I like here just a minute ago was because I was an idiot. But I will try and get more. Do I really want to practice this? I don't want to practice this. I don't want to take any of those shots. I went through the rigmarole. Yeah, and I will. You know, the thing is, I think what'll happen is that I need to get used to like streaming during the week when we're not playing a tournament. Because when I'm playing a tournament, I'm trying to be somewhat focused. I'm not. It is different shooting, like streaming like this versus playing, because there's times when like in between holes I'll stop and I'll shake my head and I'll go back and I can watch the video and I can rewind it and I can set myself up for success on the back. But I'm still a damn rookie, so it took me a long time to get used to just regular streaming or regular shooting videos. So I'll get better, I promise. All right, I'm doing a rough bump on this with a sniper and a katana. That was a pitiful opportunity on that par 5. I don't even know what happened. I'm using a katana only because I've been practicing all week with a katana. But I need 3 side spin, and I don't think I have. I think these are, I think all of the 2 win or 5 win ones I have are. I don't think I have any of the good ball that can, no, that's a 2 power 3 side spin, 4 wind. That will work right there. Piñata. Alright, that gives me 3 side spin, which is required. And a sniper. That's all I need. That's all I need! And this lamp. My dog. And I can tell you right now, my dog would look at his mama and go, I ain't leaving. Good ball. I only bought like a 5-pack of those, so I mean those are one of those balls that like you don't need them all the time, but just having it for a couple holes here and there wouldn't be a bad ball to have in your inventory where you have some of them. So like on the occasion where you run into that on a weekend round, you could pop it out. That's the cool thing about the wind balls is that you can play the regular rounds and work out all of the details. It's just having to take out a little bit more. But in the weekend round where you feel like I've got this shit dialed in, you can pop out a better wind ball, all the rest of the stats the same, and try and increase your odds. Especially if you do that on the front and the back, because on the front you might learn something, and then on the back you can tighten it up. Okay, I'm doing plus 10%, so it's going to be a 2-ring pool. 1, 2. That was all anticipation on my part. Oh! That was right there too. I went back and watched all of my videos, and some of them I hit great. Any of the ones I hit great, it was all about distance, and the ones that I hit perfect, I was able to compare. And like some of them I did one adjustment on one side and I did another adjustment on another side. Like there was one of the holes I felt like I really needed to take wind off, so I did a -10 on one hole, and to see how it came out, and it came out on the other side. So it's kind of like, you know, telling me from where I started how close I was, trying to dial them in, but you got to hit perfect. Screw you, Dale. It would be. I mean, no, literally. I mean, when we're talking about the holes, I mean, I started those walkthroughs, and my whole intention is like, if you watch Tommy's walkthroughs, shit, he does them in like 15 minutes. When him and RJ are doing the stuff, or when he has somebody else on there who's doing rookie, then it may take a little bit longer because he's talking about expert, masters, and the other is talking about kind of rookie and pro and doing the thing. But so I mean, I just figured, you know, like going through the holes. But when you start looking at these holes and start thinking about how many different shots are on them and what all you can do and which ways you can go and what your options are, like, hey, if we end up in that spot, then what would our next club be? Like, what would be the best club to give us the best chance for Alvy? Shit, I thought that stuff would take like 15 minutes. And hell no, I mean, I barely can get it in an hour. And if I can stream it, the whole deal is that there's no time limit. All right, hole number 5. Goal here is to get an eagle. And I'm taking a season 5 ball, and I'm going to use one of these present balls, which are the balls that keep on giving. And I'm taking an extra mile. And I'm doing a 20% adjustment, taking the wind out, about a bar curl, max topspin. Maybe just a titch less than max topspin. I did a whole bar less, down to the next bar. And that was a little too much, so like maybe half of the top bar in topspin. What up, Mark? Mark Jones is in the house. All right, here we go. Screwed up the first part for it. Let's see if we can like get back on freaking track. Let's put like half of that. I'm going to give myself, how far away is that tree? I'm going to give myself a little room there. 20%, 3/6. It's about a ring and 2/3. And bar curl. Get a 1 ring grade on the outside, and that'll hit that tree. Can't believe it made it past that tree. Alright, I did not give myself a look at eagle on this hole, so now I'm going to have to pick it up on another freaking hole. And the whole deal is you got to get the par 4s. This is going to be one of those kind of rounds. I need to survive the front 9. That's the deal right here. And maybe I'll warm up by the time we get to the back 9. And that's all me. So I'm right now. It's pretty good. I'm not getting any lag or anything. So that's just all me taking badass shots. I need to start thinking like I'm playing 1-on-1 and just go out there and have some fun. I need to think like I'm playing one-on-one or playing for 10 million coins and I want to beat everybody out on the course. Are you guys giving me shit about talking to myself? Is that the deal? There's my max club. There's mid. There's max. There's mid. You can towards the 3 per ring. I'm going to just move a ring. All right. Yeah, you guys got to be quiet when I'm shooting. I can hear you guys in the background. No, Dale, you can talk all you want because the whole deal is like because I only have one device in front of me with the chat, it's hard to like look up and see the chat. So you guys can be having a whole conversation and talking and stuff. Don't feel like you and you don't have to feel like you need to stay on, like if you got stuff or you need to pop back in or you're working in your wood shop or whatever the deal is. The whole thing is you should be able to listen to it while you work. Oh, I missed that. Whew. Damn. Screw up the hole and then epic fail on a putt. Not paying attention. That's the deal right there. Woo, that was dodged a bullet. It is a wonder that I ever have any good finishes. This is pretty indicative of like my normal play. Sometimes I'm hot. Sometimes I'm having to scramble. And I am not hot. Here we go. All right, hole number 6. Damn it. Where should I be right now? I should be at 8 right now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. So I got to pick something up, and then I still have the last par 4 to pick up, and it's the hardest of the par 4s to pick up. Extra mile, power 5 ball. Hole number 6. Hole number 6. Guardian on this one. And a season 18 ball, which is a present ball. Open up the chest. Get something rolling. Let's get some kind of motivation here. I need to pick up something to get me motivated going into the back 9. Otherwise, this is going to be a really, 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 really long round. Gordon who? It's 77, or aught. I've had that name since I was a kid. I was about 20. Went to a big gaming convention, and me and a buddy of mine had a thing where we had about 200 players that were playing a game that we came up with. And one of the player classes they had was you had to roll for your number. So you had to roll 100-sided dice. You had to roll 100 in order to qualify. Then you had to roll another 100 in order to survive. And then you had to roll another 100 to find out what your number was. And I rolled 3 aughts, 0 on 10-sided dice, 2 10-sided dice. I rolled 3 aughts in a row. It was the aught. And that started the whole deal. There you know. Now you have it. And why 77? Because you get 8 more. Come on. That's the deal. Hit one ring great to the right. That shouldn't kill me. That should put me in my guardian range if I cleared the tree. I did. So that should put me in my guardian range. So I've been doing it where I came out there and was doing a max overpower shot, and it was putting me where I was out in my grizzly. I didn't really like that area. There's some of these shots that were coming in that we're doing big, where the secondary club is the long iron, and I don't like the angle. I brought a guardian on this hole just for this shot, just to see what it looks like, because I haven't been here with a guardian. So in the practice round, I played on this hole, and I did that shot right there, and I had a sniper, and the sniper wasn't quite right for it. Didn't have enough backspin. Sitting here reading the posts. Reading the posts. Need to find everybody in their clans. If you don't have a... Oh, I'm still in my freaking grizzly. Minimum guardian. $3.7. See if that works. That felt right. And I hit it fucking great. Oh! And that was right on track. I think the bounces were wrong. That would have hit the flagpole. And it might have went in, but it would have hit the flagpole. So let me do the reverse math on that and think about what I did there. I did 3.5 rings on a pool. I think it was 2.7. Now it's 4. Think about how my club hits. Be like 1.65 per ring. I'm gonna make some notes here, so when I get back on this hole next time, I can make that adjustment better based off what I did right there. What was I thinking? I'm trying to fall into that old trick. That old Jedi mind trick. May the Force is with me, I am one with the Force. Need to play my motivational music right here. Like, get me all fired up, pissed off. Alright, hole number 7. I have to get this hole. I missed the first 2 par 4s. I don't even want to look at it. Extra mile. I'm going to bring that. What is that? All right, here we roll. I didn't want to look at it. I'm just going to go out there and play it. I need to get the eagle on this hole. Otherwise, I'm absolutely screwed. I don't have like what it's taken me out of in the back nine. I feel pretty good about playing the back nine and having to pick some shots up, but I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to play the back nine with nothing in the tank. It's not a good way to start. Reconnecting. Okay, it's carrying down in this pocket a little bit farther. You're getting a little bit farther forward carry down here. Not just where you're getting pushed off, but it's actually carrying a little bit farther. %, on the drive. That is not where you want to be. You want to be right in front of the green, mid wedge. I'm going to start off 1 ring. 2, 6, maybe 3. See if I can get squared up with the wind. Forward distance back in it. Oh my God, I can't hit worth a crap today. And I'm in the exact same spot my opponent's in. Oh! That is exactly how the front nine's going to go. I got it. I got it. I got to scramble. I need to make one of these scramble shots because it'll absolutely change my motivation. I got to play Ben Hogan golf here. A bad shot and an awesome shot is still eagle. Pitiful. Here we go. Max. Max. Mid. 3. About 3 per ring is what I'm going to play it right here. I'm doing 10% to the cup. It's 2.5. I'll do a little less than a ring. All right. We're playing a long round. I got to come in with at least a 14, so that means I got to pick something up here. This is not no bueno. That means I gotta rely on the par threes. Minus 14, if I still do good on the back, that puts me at 28 or higher, and that at least puts me in a spot for nothing, but at least it puts me up there for a top 10. But I'm gonna have to pick up something in order to get up there. It's a draw. Are you still in the lead, Kyle, with a minus 27? When I at the beginning of the week, my original thought process when we brand new holes, that like this hole was like minus 13, minus 14 aside, so like a 28, like those people that were shooting 28 to 30, that would be like, you know, winning scores, and like getting better than that. Usually on newer holes, it's harder to do that, but we have people already this week that are shooting mid 30s, high 30s, you know. So I mean, if you're in one of those brackets, you're sunk. But like in most brackets, somewhere between like 28 would be like the minimum, and then it can go all the way up the scale, but you're going to see a lot of 28s. Some 27s. If 28 is winning, you'll see a couple 27s, maybe even a 26 in some brackets. No, we're definitely on a shootout. Definitely. All right. Hole number 8 is a par 3. Let's go look at it. This is the no move par 3. I need to get a hole in one right here. Right here, right now. Sniper Navigator. I don't have to have anything special. Sniper, any bag, and a Navigator. And I have one of those Olympus balls, which is 1 power, and I can use it in lieu because it's got 5 wind. Off we roll. I'm doing 2 backspin, a titch of left-hand side spin, 1 per ring. No elevation, plus 0.1. We'll see how that goes. See if I can get it in the hole. All right. Who all's in the house? Desmond, what's up? Is it Mark Quibbler? PTY in the house. Just sitting here shooting around, not having a very good round. Having to, I'm struggling. I have got to just like limp out of the front 9, and just like come out with something. If I can shoot a 14, I feel like I won won a race. So this hole is super important. All right, make me pick. No, I've got time to come down here and pick the ball again. Why wouldn't I have time? I'm going to do a 2.5. There's 2, 5. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Wow! I've hit 2 perfect shots today. Look at that. I think I made the last one, but I'm not going to make this one. Fucking rat bastard. Oh! That was close. So I came in, the wind was blowing on that hole, the wind's blowing to the left. I did a 0.1 plus 0.1, and on this hole, I've got on this hole, because this hole right here, I felt like I needed to take wind off. Like I've been pulling too much wind on it. And on my notes it says, I talked to Kyle about this hole earlier today, and I had -10 on there, and because I'm telling you, I need to take some wind off. And I'm going to take off -5 on the back. Because I've been like on that hole, and I keep like I'm getting closer to the left-hand edge of the cup, but like I took off 10% and was on the other side of the cup, and so I think taking off like 0.5 or 0.25 will make a difference and put me right on it. And that may be just with the club that I'm using and the ball that I'm using and the spot that I'm picking and whatever the spin is. But I'm going to go on the back nine. I'm definitely going to take a little bit off on that, because I'm getting closer and closer. That was close. Rat bastard. All right. Now, let's see if I can hit the drive shot perfect, because this really all is dependent on hitting a perfect drive. I'm going to have to scramble on the backside with balls. That's what's funny, is I've used really good stuff on the front and still haven't made it happen, and I screwed it up on the par 4s. The par 3s and the par 5s, that's like whatever they end up being, but the par 4s I have to get, and I'm bringing the right stuff, and I'm just like tanking the drive. I mean, those shots are all dependent on making sure that the drive is the money shot, and effing up the drive is not good. And I've done it on all 3 par 4s, tanked the drive. Picked up a hole-in-one. That was the only bright shining light in the front 9. So if I can finish it off with an Albie right here, that'll put me at 14. That at least gives me a shot on the back. Let's not overthink this. One. It's 4-2. A little bit of curl. Rubbing the nubs. Let's see if that gets in. I finally had a shot perfect. Look at that. That's 3. I get 3 perfects this round. You count them. That's right. 3. Finally ended up in the fairway using the rock. That was a rock assist. I've come through there where I've hit and I didn't hit the rock, and I went over the deal, and because originally my thought process was that we could get over to this fairway, and I still think that's possible. If you had bigger wind, you could get over to that other fairway. I'll bet you from expert, from the mid tees, there's probably shots out there where people are getting over. I can't believe that there hasn't been somebody that's been able to get on and won on this hole in expert. We're pretty damn close. And completely out of drink. So in this hole's I'm going to take a 5-minute break, get up and grab something to drink, come back and play the back 9. Sorry if I haven't been talking that much. Sorry guys. You guys can chat. Do the thing. 10% to the cup. There's max. There's min. So I'm at min club. 1.1 times 3.3 divided by 1.5. 2.5 rings. 2.5 rings. Yeah, 2 perfect shots in a row. Look at that. Just a bit outside. And that was with a 10% wind adjustment. Arr! Just a bit outside. And the way the wind's blowing, I think that was an overpull. So I may not have to do any adjustment, any elevation adjustment on the back. So I'm not going to do any elevation adjustment on the back. 0. I'm going to write a big fat 0 with a line going through it. Yeah, we're in the Kings of Golf. I didn't realize there were other clans. I guess there are. They got to fill out the brackets and stuff. No, the Kings of Golf have been around since day one. This is one of the clan. This clan was started on the first day that clans could be started. This was one of the first. They said that 10,000 clans were started on the very first day, and this is one of the ones that was started. The Kings of Golf was started on the very first day that they started doing clans. And the way that went was, there was whoever started the clan. I don't even know who that person was. They started the clan, and then there was like 10 people in it at the end of the first month. And my buddy Scooby was in it, and I joined about 2 weeks in. And I was in the Legends clan, and they had a Ricky clan, and I didn't like the deal. They weren't trying to feed Rickies up and trying to train Rickies to go up and play the scale. It was just Masters players with accounts. And so the guy didn't log on for 30 days, and if you don't log on for 30 days and you're president, you automatically get booted as president, and whoever's got the most points is president. And so Scooby and I had a competition because it was really just me and him playing. And at that time I was playing all the time, and I got ahead. So like that night when it rolled over, he got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, and was like, or whatever time it was, and was like, okay, I got it. And he logged into my account and changed the presidency to his account and to Scooby. And then we stole the clan, and then he immediately, first thing that he did was kick that guy out because the guy hadn't been on for 30 days. And then started trying to recruit people that were watching the stream or tournament players, and it just gradually, because at that time I had like 3 viewers. And just building it up. So now we have a whole crew of people, and nobody's judging anybody, and everybody's helping and trying to help everybody in the clan get a banner. So I mean, like, if you don't have a banner and you're new to the game and you want to win, this is the deal. There's somebody in some of the clans, or all the clans, or in the big clan chat that will get you to where you want to get. All right, that was a super disappointing fret 9, a minus 13. So like minus 30 is the deal. So that means I have to shoot a 17 on the back. And 15 is picking up all the par 4s, and that means I have to pick up 2 other shots. So I have to pick up 2 of the par 3s, which is absolutely possible. I got the par 3s. If I can hit perfect, I'm on track, like right there. And the par 5s, yeah, I don't know. My chances of getting an Alvy on one of the par 5s, I have a shot, but like if it goes in, it'll be like just, yeah, that was awesome. But I don't have them dialed in enough to be able to count on getting an Alvy, but I'm putting myself in the right spot. The trick is I'm going to have to shoot all the par 4s in the back, or I have 0 chance. So I'm going to have to pick it up on the back to try and get to 30, because I don't think, even trying to get a banner, I think I'd have to shoot a 30 just to get a banner. And if the person that shot the 31 came in and repeats, then, that just gets me like a 2nd place banner. But if I want to get myself anywhere close to the top 10, I'm going to have to pick it up on the back. So I'm going to take like a 5-minute break. Here, I'll fire you guys off some music so you can listen to some music. Let's listen to something that'll get us motivated. I'm going to go talk to a man about a horse. Yes, sir. That's a big horse. Damn, that water's cold too. I love Richard Pryor. That joke right there is an awesome joke.
No insurance? Aspen Dental has you covered with a free new patient exam and x-rays for relief when you need it.
Hey, tell me what this sounds like. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that music? Yeah, I mean, I tried to play these holes on my phone as well, Des, and I was having problems on my phone as well.
In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible that you didn't think so I command you to. Panoramic view. Look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose. All you different crews, chicks and dudes who you think is really kicking tunes. Picture you getting down in a picture too. Like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe spiritual. Hero who appears in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. Lifeless to those, the definition for what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on the hype shit. You like it? Gun smoke, you righteous with one toke. You're psychic among no possess you with one go.
I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
The essence, the basics, without it you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't. That's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes and see destruction and demise. Corruption in the sky from this enterprise. Now I'm something to your life through rust. So not as muscle, but percussion we provide for me as a guide. Y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye. You perceive with your mind. That's the end. So I'ma stick around with rust and be a mentor. But a few rhymes so mother comes to remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you can survive when law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought was dead. No squealing, remember.
I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. My future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. My future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. My future.
All right. That's my fight song. All right, let's get at it. Get at it. I'm gonna bring out the red stylus. Let's see if we can get some magic going. I'm not gonna think too much about the back nine. I'm just gonna go play it. I'm actually gonna watch my notes from this point forward. Hole number 9. All right, I need a power 5 ball, an extra mile. Get on the hole in one. Let's get this shit done. And I need 6 power 5 balls, and I've got 6 power 5 balls. Yes. I did the math right. I messed up a hole and I ended up in the drink in the opening round, and I had to use an extra power 5 ball that I wasn't counting in my inventory, and so I'm right down to the bottom. The only thing I have left are 2 snow globes. And there's only a couple holes in the game that I use snow globes on, and I'm real particular about using my snow globes except for on those holes, because on those holes, if you have a snow globe, yes. If you don't have a snow globe, it is not the ball to have. I mean, whatever ball you're using, that's not the right ball. You need a snow globe. Those are balls that when they come out, it's worth buying just a few times. 2.4. Now let's see if I can hit this shot freaking perfect and not be dinking around like I was before. It's 2.4. Okay. There's 2-1 and a little. And I'm getting lag. Man, I was getting lag so bad right there that I up to this point it's been pretty good. That's still going to end up in the sand. Same place I was on the front. Man, the freaking lag. I started the hole off, it wasn't getting lag, and then all of a sudden it started lagging right when I was getting ready to do it. It was taking the, like it was going down. It's pretty smooth, but when it went to come up, it was stopping, and then it was doing the jog, and then it would do the jump. Oh. This has been the problem all week. This fucking lag is killing me. You like the dancing? Yeah. My sister Laura, who died a couple years ago in August, was 10 years younger than me, and she was she loved to dance. She had, her and her girlfriend, she was a microbiologist and she was a editor for a journal and for a place that does advertising for doctors. So when they're like setting it all up, going through and making sure all of their stuff is right before they start doing the deal. And she loved to dance. So whenever it was around Laura, you were always going to some dance club. Like she'd take you to her local dance club and introduce you to all of her friends. All right. And that distance, I screwed this up the last time. And I adjusted like I was closer. Let's see if I can hit it perfect again. Hitting it perfect. See if I got the adjustment right this time. I screwed it up on the back. Yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Whew. That is the way to start the round right there. Get a recovery shot. Yes, sir. Well, whenever I was around Laura, we'd always go dancing. So, like, she lived in Seattle for a while, and she was running a lab at the University of Washington, and we'd go up on the hill and go from dance club to dance club to dance club. So when she died, we went out there and picked up all of her stuff, and her friends had she died on a dance floor. So that was like, I mean, for her, that was the place. And so we went there, and you get in the dance floor, and there was a area that was raised, and then they had like a first, second, and third place stands, and people could sit up there and dance. And so usually there was a group of people that came in and danced there, and like a couple hot chicks and a couple pretty good looking guys, and they went up there and danced, and they kind of like take turns and go up there and dance, and a few people go up there, but it's pretty much them. So the night that they had the thing for her, I went up on stage, and as soon as my mom was there and as soon as she left with my other sister, I got up on stage and like for 5 hours like was on the top pedestal, like freaking going at it. Early 80s, like they played like the alternative dance music, which is like, you know, like the Duran Duran, and there's a little bit of rhythm, but that night they played a bunch of really good 80s dance music, hip hop type stuff. And got to go out and dance for 5 hours. I was saturated in sweat when I walked outside. Okay, around hole 11. Hole number 2. I need to get a hole in one right here. Right here, right now. Rock. Navigator. Rock. I'm going to use an Olympus ball. Cut that wind down. Okay, so I'm doing 3 backspin, 1 right hand side spin, 1 per ring, 0.1 less. Half a square to the left, and I did that last time and I got a hole in one. So, all right, why mess with the deal? If that's where it wants to go, that's where it wants to go. And I almost believe that, because if there's a ridge right there and it's wanting to follow that ridge, and at the very end it goes off to the right, and you can keep it on that side of the ridge so that it terminates at the cup instead of terminating right at the cup and then it rolls off to the right. That works with the terrain. That shot's from Kyle. I think that's like the toast move. I haven't watched any toast stuff. Not that I have any problem with toast. I don't watch a lot of other. I watch Dale Appleby streams when he's doing one-on-one, because the deal is there's 2 aspects to this game. There's a one-on-one aspect to this game, and there's it's 1 per ring, and there's a tournament aspect, and the one-on-one is a different deal. And so like the Dale Appleby stuff is like really good to watch for the one-on-one. And so, but I don't watch anybody during the stream, not just because I have a problem with them. 1.9, 1.7. Let's set it up a little. And then 1.7. I jack that up so bad. If this goes in, it'll be a miracle. I have no idea. I was trying to start on a different side. I was trying to start. I got to get used to the maneuver of starting on like the 3rd ring, and you're trying to do a 2.5 move, and you start on the 3rd ring and you move it to the new half mark. And so I was trying to do something like that, and I got confused on where I was, because I didn't start, because normally I start like at the 0.7 and then I pull. I got to get used to that new ring being in there. I'm trying to use it to my advantage, and I got my grid on, so I'm a little higher up than the take shot, so I can dial it up a little bit better. And I'm still screwing it up. Means I didn't even give myself a shot. In the hole. Boom. The boom's in the house. I know, I need to get some booms. I need to get some shots like that. I need to pull my head out and do the thing. I have to at least, I've got to pick up one of these par 3s so like I've got to pick 2 of them up in order to get to 30. So that was a miss. That was a golden missed opportunity right there. And that was all me making a bad wind adjustment. And it was all due to because I started off on an edge, and then I got up there and I got lost. And I was like, am I pulling all the way to the center? No, I'm pulling to that. So where did I start? And I couldn't remember where I started. Wouldn't have mattered. I hit it great. I think if I'd have hit that perfect, it would have went in. It was pretty damn close. Pretty close. There's a little bit of fluctuation in those wind adjustments because you got the width of the cup. So I mean, there's not just like, there is a little bit of flex. Hole number 12. All right. This par 3, this par 5 right here. I did it last time and I didn't do max OP on this last time. I just put it out there. I think I took my number 5 bag. I'm taking a power 5 ball. And I did not win a chest. Look at that. That's no bueno. Here we roll. Getting back on the course. I'd like to be hitting some perfects, but of course, all right. I am doing overpowering this one. Be in that area. 3-6 plus 20. It's 4, a little over 2 rings. I'm putting the forward power back in. Now, I think last time I was here I did max curl, and that was, I got away with it, but I don't know how. Oh, look, I was getting serious lag right there too. That fucking lag is killing me. Killing me. That's going to be in the drink. Wow, how did that not end up in the drink? And I'm behind the tree, so there's no getting out from behind these trees. Yeah. No, that was a bad, I hit that. That was freaking lag right there. Jesus. All right, let's see if I can recover. This par 5 has been eating my lunch. I've had big issues on this par 5, and some of it's been me and some of it's been lag issues like that, where the needle's just jumping so much that, like, I'm trying to anticipate on the other side and it logged all the way to the opposite. Like, I was trying to hit it like going, when it was going up. That's when I released, it was on the way going up. And it jumped, it was that far behind in the lag that it went like 4 rings. Oh my God. Where can I start to get it right there? See if I can just get it out from behind the tree and give myself at least a closer up shot. I feel okay with my Nirvana as long as I can get a look at it. The needle's going to be going a little bit faster and I am getting some lag, but if I can get just a little bit of a break, I feel good with my Nirvana at this distance. I am really going to have to scramble on the back if I drop this shot right here. I'm already in big ass trouble, but I haven't dropped anything and I'm 1 up. Having to use that is not an option. That's not how you get it done. Matt, there's Max, there's Ned. I'm about the 8 per ring. I'm doing 10% to the cup. So that's 2.5. And it's 8 per ring, so there's 4. Half of that's 2.5. 2. There's 2.5. It's a very light adjustment. I'm going to have to hit it right off the bat. And I got a good. Oh! Pitiful. That is pitiful. Yep, long tears, man. That's just how these rounds go. The deal is that I started off, I wasn't getting any lag. I redid my stuff. My wife was just watching, not even watching TV. So we're not using any internet connection at all in the house. And it was good there. The front nine was all me, but now I'm starting to get lag. So I'm going to turn the game off and fire it back up again and see if maybe it's just from playing the game for an hour. That was bad. That's bad. Nothing that's happened up to this point has been like bad, but that right there was bad. That was the end of the deal. So now they're gonna have to scramble just to try and get in the top 10. I took myself out of banner contention. That's the fun of this game. I'm definitely, like when you're on, and when you're not, you gotta scramble. Alright. Let's see if it gets any better. That was a disappointing drop right there. Alright, hole number 13, what are we at? Okay, I need to make this par 4. I've made this, or this par 3, I've made this in practice, but I haven't made it out here where it actually counts. Sniper and a katana. And I think there was a ball down here. Was it a pinata? 3 side spin, 2 power, right there. 1 per ring plus 10%. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. Here we go. Here we roll. Let's see if I can have some success on this one. Some. Alright, hole number 13, sniper, max left-hand side spin, 2, and like a titch of top spin. 1 per ring, plus 10%. I already got that in. Ready to roll. Maybe. You want to go first. I always like going first. I like going first even when they could see what your spin was. The whole deal is that you got to know how to adjust out the wind. So most of the people that were playing back then didn't have a way of adjusting the wind, so it didn't matter. You could do the same spin as me and take the shot and go, well, yeah, how come I didn't end up close? Because you didn't take the wind out. That would be why. There's enough stuff out there on the wind ring method now that you should be able to very quickly find some stuff on the web. There's a big enough community and there's so much information out there right now. It's almost information overload. Because there's people that have like, especially if you're going up, like any advantage you can get, like knowing where your club's hit in the deal, where there's some charts that are out there that tell you, like if you're in overpower, how much that gives you. 1.87 rings. All right. No, I love picking the balls over and over again. Why wouldn't I? It's 1.87 rings. There's 1.7. Getting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. It's got a look. That's got that big ass look. It's got it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. And my round's shit, but I still have to fight my way to get into the top 10. That's the deal. I lost any shot that I had at getting a banner on the last hole by dropping an eagle on a par 5. That's dropping a minimum shot, a minimum score shot. Like not picking up these par 4s is not effing up your minimum score deal as long as you pick one of them up. But like dropping a par 5, that's like you can't recover from dropping a minimum score shot. So as soon as you drop one, you're like in the brown stuff. But you still need to get some drops in order to have any hope of making the top 10. And I like to think of myself as a top 10 player. Like every week I'm in the top 10. I've been out of the top 10 a few weeks and I wasn't real happy about it. I came back the next week and was a little fired up. All right, this one right here, I'm either like in my Prox account playing with bigger stuff, or smaller stuff, I've had some success. I had success here at the beginning of the week, and now I'm like tanking all these shots. Extra mile, power 5 ball. I have 4 of them, so I shouldn't have to pick. I shouldn't be forced to pick my ball again, because we all love that. Like every single time you guys post in social media, put like a little PS and play Demic. Quit making us have to pick a ball every pack, because we don't have packs anymore. You guys took the packs out, so now you just have an imaginary number that's in there. So you took the packs out. Quit making us pick our balls every pack. There's no more packs. Hello. Put a PS on every freaking thing you do that says PS, play Demic. Quit making us pick packs. If enough people get out there and do it, maybe Play Demic will go, hey, is it possible for us to take out that one line of code? It is one line of code. Make them pick back pack every 9th ball. Take that line of code out. Put parentheses around it or slashes in front of that line so that line doesn't engage. Whatever you want to do, make it a comment line. This used to be where we would make them pick their stuff. Remove the comment lines at the beginning of the following 2 lines to reactivate that feature. Come on, how hard is that? Give me your code and tell me which lines and I'll do it for you. And I'm not the only person out there who bitches about that. I'm one of many. In the hole. That's right. All right. This is a hole right here that we've got to get done. I gotta get on track. 4 par 4s. The first one I made from the sand, and the other ones, I don't know. I haven't made any of the par 4s. Did I make any of the par 4s? I don't know that I've made any of the freaking par 4s. So, we've got to get on track on these freaking par 4s. My whole game is predicated on these par 4s. So, like, if I can't do well on the par 4s, my game is crap. Isn't it perfect? I'm afraid to look. And that's got the right trajectory. And now it's whether or not I got the right speed. No. With 1 less than max, it put me in front. And with all of max, I ended up in the rough. And with a over, like I split that bar and top. I didn't have max topspin. I was like a half a bar less than max topspin. Because I was trying to get some rollout onto the green. And I would have liked the chip on the other side better. Alright, I just need to hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Picked up the eagle on the par 4 the hard way. Yeah, on that hole right there, I was doing, when I did one less than max topspin, I was like right there, like short chip on with my rapier to get up on the green. It wasn't that big of an issue just to like chip it up there. And then I tried, the first time I got on that hole, like usually I did what my normal MO is. Whenever I get on a hole like that, I put on everything that you can get to see, like, what does that look like? And then like, okay, you're too long, and then you can start to make adjustments. But sometimes you do that and you go, wow, I'm still a little short. So like what the deal is. I've been trying to work that because I want to get some rollout. I know that we have 0 chance at hole-in-one there, but I at least want to give myself, if I roll out on the green, I at least gave myself a shot at a hole-in-one. You can easily roll off the back, and I've been on the back side twice, and I've been on the front twice, and I've been trying to dial it in, but when it hits the green, it seems like like once it hits the green, it's like rolling off the back side. At least it has for me. Hole number 6, and I've been having problems on these par 5s, and normally par 5s are like, so I'm coming at this with a Guardian, and I didn't have numbers before. I finally got in the right spot, and I didn't have my Guardian, so I don't like the angle. It's not, I like my Grizzly, but that's not the shot that I like. Power 5 ball. Season 18. Already in the tank. Ready to roll. Rolling, rolling, rolling. It's like 24 common cards right there. I keep getting epics in my club card trading that I'm not interested in ever upgrading the boomerang. And my Sahara, I don't think so. There's a few epics that I'm still like, like you could actually start using them. You could use your Kingfisher, but I'm not investing. Anytime I get one of the epics that I'm not, like, it'll take me forever to get it up there, and I'll still have better options. There's a few that I don't get very often that I get them in spurts. Like I get the Apocalypse card, and I've got it in spurts where I've gotten like 3 or 4 times in a week. Alright. I'm doing plus 20 on the drive. Plus 20% on the drive. The wind is 2.8 divided by 2.1. 1.6 rings. I want everything I can possibly get on there. .8 is 1.6 rings. I'm doing just a little bit of overpower and a little bit of curl. Getting it perfect. That's like 3 perfects in a row. No, I don't think that one was perfect. It might have been perfect. It was perfect. I got a little more distance than the last one. I may be in my Grizzly range whether I like it or not. The last one, it just clipped and rolled out, and I was right at my red line. So I'm probably going to be in my grizzly range from there. But I got a little bit better angle at it from down there, and what I was having a problem with was where I was coming in by the sand, the red line. So I ought to do a video on like red lines, like why, and it may not make sense. Sometimes I'm like, I want to hit into this area. And it's like, well, this other area, you can still get up there. Yeah, but when you get, like, you're on an arc, and so if you're in one spot, your red line is at a certain angle, so it may make it so that you can get behind a trap. And from the other side, your angle is wrong, and you can't get behind the trap. And see, I'd like to come at it even farther from the left. So I'm away from this little hill that's right here by the sand trap. And I can get out there where it's flatter, because it wants to scoot across the green. Two, 3. I'm gonna do a 2, 6. Try and hit it perfect. Freaking great to the left. And that was great to the freaking left. Oh! I still think I would have missed it on perfect. It would have been right there. It would have been super close. I would have loved to have seen that shot. It doesn't matter how well you do your setups, and it doesn't matter how good your notes are, if you don't hit perfect into the cup. And if your notes and stuff are right, and you hit perfect and it goes in the cup, or you don't hit perfect and it goes in the cup, then you know your notes were wrong. You're still working on them. But once you get your notes dialed in, if you don't hit perfect, it's not going in the hole. That's the way it works. I wish I was one of those guys that hits perfect all the time, because I'd love to see what a round. I mean, when I get on rounds like that where I can't hit anything but perfects, and those are always awesome rounds. I haven't really given myself I've given myself some looks on these par 5s, but I haven't given myself like really good looks. I haven't come in with enough perfects on them where I can really dial them in and I can start to like get one. I may go 2 weeks in a row without an Alvy. I didn't get an Alvy in last week's tournament either. But I still got one hole left. We'll put all of our hopes, Obi-Wan, on hole number 9. All right, hole number 16. Man, that is grim. Hole number 16. We're moving up the scales now, though. Let's go check out hole number 16. This is a par 4. Gotta get this freaking par 4. If I want any shot at all of getting in the top 10, I've got to get this particular hole down. Extra mile. Power 5 ball. Maybe it's picked. How many of those bad boys I got left? I should have 2. I do. And I'm going to take this bag right here. Not that the sniper will come into play. It's all going to be, if it all works out, it's going to be extra mile and rapier, and that's it. Clearing out a chest. Trying to win these last ones so that I can get that gold. The gold chest. What did I get? I must have got some ball. I know I didn't get any club. Yeah, I must have got some ball that I was out of. I got one quasar. There we go. It's always good. I love it when you see that red down there. So it's usually a ball, but sometimes you get lucky and you got a club that you weren't paying attention, or you had a club that was, you know, when you get a club that's close to the next level, it's worth putting a few into it, you know, just from regular play. %20 on the drive. Doug goes first. So we will sit here and wait for Doug to go. Boom! Shaka laka laka. That's right. It's the woo-hoo. We need more of those in the round. The drop shot was the shot that like put the nail in the coffin. Can't drop shots on minimum score. One of my teammates, Semper Fi, Mike Ivy, he when he first joined the clan, that was the deal. I called him and talked to him. He's from South Carolina, lives not too far from some buddies of mine. I've actually been in the town that he lives in. I've done some work there, and it was that deal. It was like in the round, it was like really good rounds, and was picking some shots up here and there, but dropping shots on the minimum score and not getting a gold banner. And he joined the clan and started hanging out with all the people that were in there and exchanging notes and started winning tournaments. I can't say that was the clan's fault, but we were at least able to help him out. 2 miles per hour. It's 2.4. It's about 2.4. Put the power back in. See if we can get past that sand. Hit it one ring grate to the right. If I was going to hit it one way or the other, a grate to the right is the way to hit it. Because what you have the risk of on the other side is the sand. And look at that. First time all week I made it all the way over. And ended up in the rough. Man, this round is making me have to work, I'm telling you. I don't even know what score I don't even know what my score can add up to, but whatever it is, I can guarantee I've worked my butt off for it. Wow. Over the green in one. I guess that was the right spot. One of my teammates told me he was on this green. I haven't been on the green. I've been off about the distance that my opponent's out right here. I've been there and on the other side of the sand. I caught a 3-ring good to the left and actually ended up in the perfect spot. In the hole. Nice shot. Get in the hole. That works. Alright, now I have to do the same thing. From this distance, wind is not going to play a factor. In case it does. Here we go. I hit a 2-ring grate to the right. Gotta hit that perfect. Perfect. In the hole. Close. Close, no cigar. That means I have not picked up a single. Have I picked? No, I picked up one here just because I saved myself, and I think I had this. That is pitiful. When I say that my game is predicated on making eagles on par fours, and when you go out there and you don't hit eagles on par fours, it doesn't matter what you do on the rest of the holes. Does not matter. That is bad. And what's effed up about it is I've actually picked up some stuff on the holes that I'm like going out there and like shooting the par fours. Like my minimum score should be 30. I picked up all the par fours, and then if I can pick up one on each side of the other ones, and I picked up the one on each side, but I haven't. I mean, on the front side, I didn't pick up any of the par fours. That is pitiful. Okay, so I did pick up 2 here on the back side, so I had a shot. So where am I at right now? 24, 25, 26, 27. So if I can pick up hole number 8, that's 29. I'd have to go out hole in one, Albie. All right, I can do that. I can do that. All right, it's the no move hole. Hole number 17, hole in one. And I think I just barely missed the hole in one on the front. And I actually am going to play this different. I'm going to play it at 0.95. I'm going to take off 0.5% of wind times whatever the wind is. Because I was on the outside of the cup and 0.5%. Or I could take out like a 0.2. I think I'm going to take out the 0.2. That might be easier. I'm just going to play, because I've been playing at 1 per ring, 1 straight up, and I'm going to take off 0.2. So whatever the wind is, taking it off, 1 per ring. I got everything I need. I need a navigator. I'm going to cut the wind down as low as I can possibly cut it down. Let's power 1 ball. Power 2, where are those Olympus balls? There we are. Alright, I'm ready. I'm going to think about this. I'm trying to wrap my brain around the whole deal. Trying to get into some kind of something. I got 2 holes to play, and I need to get an eagle and an albie. That's all I know. Let's go get a hole in one right here. I just missed it. It circled the cup on the front. And so I took out a little bit too much wind from where I lined it up. It's about 2 backspin. And I moved it 1.6. I'm going to take off 0.2, so I'm going to do 1.4. So there's 1.4. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. Get in the hole. I took the 0.2 off, and this time that was on the other side of the cup, but I was circling the cup before, so it's like that is shit. Right there. I've had a problem with that hole, because the deal is that it was like, it's some in-between number. It should be like where would 0.1 have been? 0.1. That's a 10% across the rings. So that would have been like, it probably would have been, when you break it up, that would have been like 0.5%. So it was like right there, like maybe even 0.1. That would have worked out to about 0.25%. Close. Not as close as it was on the front. The front was a heartbreaker. The good news is that I hit it perfect, and I did end up on the other side of the cup. So I took some wind off, and I ended up on the other side of the cup. So it's just like right down there to the freaking nitty gritty. Now I'm going to have to get a hole in one on hole number 9. And I'm not sure if that's possible on Ricky. I don't think our wind's high enough. Oh, that was my last best hope. Way too much OP there. Which hole are we talking about? All right, hole number 18. I don't even need to go look at it. I already know what it is. Not going to make the top 10. That is not good. That is not good. That is a bad weekend round. That's how it goes. I I haven't even been paying attention, but I hear that we have a 9-hole cut this week, and I have not wanted to look at it at all, but I'm sure, I think they claimed it's at the Oasis, and I have all of the Oasis holes filmed. I like the Oasis. When it first came out, it was like there was only 4 or 5 holes on that course. And at some point they came out like a year or so after the game was made, and they finished off. We had a tournament and they finished off the round, or the course. Two one. I'm not sure if the Oasis is still in. I hit it great on the inside. I'm not sure if it's still in Tour 9 or not. The Oasis used to be in Tour 9, and I freaking hate the Oasis. Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. I'm falling apart on the last hole. I just need to go get an eagle so that I can at least see where I'm at. So now I'm going to really have to scramble. I think where I'm at behind the rock, I got a shot to get on. Because if you fail right there, you've got to go around on the left-hand side to get back over there. And I'm on that side of the rock, so I should have the shot coming in to get up there and get my eagle, but I've got no shot or a low shot on that side of getting an albie. But I still have a shot. Let's get some miracle albie going on. My opponent's trying to get over to the other side. I was able to get over to the other side on the max overpower shot, but I hit this rock in the tree that's right next to it. That's where I terminated. See if I can even get a look at it. It's 3.7. Not doing any elevation. It's about 3.7. I'm going to put some curl to try and bring it back over on line with the cut. And I hit it 700 rings good to the left, which means it'll clip that rough and roll on from there. And give me a long ass putt, which is absolutely perfect. We can end this round with. I fucking hate long putts, man. I hate them. I'm not really good at them. I'm not good at them because I don't get them that often. I mean, I know you guys hear it on the video and I don't get them that often, but when you think about how many shots I take though and how many times I get long putts, I bitch about them every time, so they're more memorable. Still got 18 people in the chat. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I've had a really crappy round, but that's just how it goes. Started off on the front side, I was getting some serious lag. I haven't really got that much lag on the back, although I've had a few holes where I had some, but the front was just pitiful. And I just haven't been hitting perfect shots. I played all these holes and hit those shots and been like there, but you got to hit perfect. I mean, you're setting these shots up, you need to hit perfect, and you can't afford to hit goods. And I've hit a bunch of goods today, and goods put me in definitely a bad spot. Trying to weave and bob through these trees. If you hit it great, you're fine. But hitting it 2 rings great or good, then you're in a situation. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. All right, evidently that was the best that I could do, which was like crap. Was that just like a bare minimum round? 26? I don't even know. I can't even remember where I'm at. Putts. Oh, man. No, I do not love those putts. No. I'm not. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I learned very early on in this game that you had, because back in the day, none of the new holes are like that, because the new holes are like that right there, where you're not really that far away, but it's like you're at the max. If you don't hit it absolutely dead center perfect, you're missing it. And there's pretty much anywhere you're out on the green, you may have a max overpower putt, but you can make it. But the old holes in this game, you can be on the green and not have a putt. And so when you first start and you're not adjusting for the wind and your clubs suck, you go out there and it's super easy if you don't know how to play. It's super easy to end way off. So I mean, I recognized very early that I needed to learn how to hit those so that I was closer, because I didn't like taking long putts. Every day I missed a putt. And it was usually at the beginning of the day, and it would kind of tick me off, and then I'd get a little more serious with my putts. But I missed a putt like every freaking day, and that was when I was playing for coins and trophies and trying to work up the scale. And you get in tour 9, tour 10, and you lose because you missed a putt. It blows. No top 10. That is pitiful. That's how pitiful of a week that I had, that I didn't even make the top 10. Top 20 is not the goal here. So you get into the top 10 was a 28, and that, like on my score sheet, my minimum, my goal was minus 14, minus 28, minus 30, and I shot a minus 15 in the qualifier. I picked up all the par fours, and I didn't pick up any of the other holes, so I started focusing on the other holes and failed on all the par fours. You can't do that when your game is based off of picking up eagles on par fours. You can't miss 4 out of 6 and expect to do anything good. So 4 out of 6 that I missed is 31, and then the one par 5 that I dropped, that's 32. So like, you look at the rest of the round, and there were some high points only if I would have achieved the stuff that I needed on the par 4s and that one par 5 that I dropped. 28 on that par 5 with where I was in tiebreakers, that would have put me in the top 10. And so that's the deal. You can't drop off of minimum score and expect to get a top 10. It's just not, it's not, unless you're like totally on fire. And the last tournament I missed 2 putts and ended up getting pars on par 3s, and was able to still come up and get a win, because like on the par 3s, I was on fire. I mean, I hit 4 hole-in-ones in that round, and so I was able to make up for those 2 with the hole-in-ones, and then I still had 2 to spare. That's how it goes. You gotta have fun. If you're not having fun and you come in 45th, then, that's the whole deal. Yep, I am almost done, Mike. I am done. That was the only round. That was the only account. I didn't even make my auto count into it. I was out there trying to figure out the holes and trying to figure out drive shots. It's just lack of practice this week, and not putting in the time that it takes to get up there to the top. Here it was just a matter of the par 4s. I can blame a little bit of it on lag, but it was really me not executing on the par 4s. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, like, if you're an expert, like, where the scores are. I don't know where the scores are, like, what it takes in, like, pro, expert, masters. And it's the same thing up there, too. If you're playing expert, if your account has gotten to Masters 2 or higher, Masters 2 or Masters 3, then you're playing an expert only against people who are Masters. And if you're playing an expert and you've never reached Master 2, then you're playing expert only against expert. So if you've got an account that's playing an expert and you're playing and you've made Masters 2, that competition is going to be, it's just like in my auto account. I mean, everybody in the bracket. Like, I would imagine that the weekend round in Arat's account would have been, minimum score of minus 28, probably would have went down to like 80th place. No, the deal is, my whole game, I'm sure that there are a lot of people who watch other streamers, because every single tournament they win, they got their stuff strapped up, they got 20 accounts, they play and they stream and they do the deal and they win every time. And I'm definitely not the guy who's ever been that person. I win. I was talking to Hammer and Hank, and he I think we, up to this tournament right here, we played somewhere like 18 tournaments this year. And the question came up, and it was like, how many have you won? He's like, well, how many have we played? And I said, we played 18. He goes, then I guess I've won 18 tournaments. and like in at least one account and probably one in multiple accounts. But I only have a couple accounts, and it just depends on the week, you know, like what my effort, and it all has to do with effort. This week when we have new holes, I don't know. If it had been older holes, I would have had a better shot. But with new holes, you really have to put in some time and grade. And I'm not the guy who wins, because I think when I was doing the math, I've won like 7 tournaments this year and came in second or third in a couple. So like only in half of the tournaments have I won a banner, and the other half I haven't. So I'm definitely not the guy. I am not the player who goes, because my whole deal is I'm trying to learn how to play the game. And so I'm trying to figure out how to make these adjustments and how to learn from it. So if you're playing and that shot's not quite working out for you, like what adjustments can you do to make it, you know, if you're always on the right hand side of the cup and the wind's blowing to the right, you're not taking out enough wind. If the wind's blowing to the right and you're always on the left hand side of the cup, you're taking out too much wind. And so like trying to figure that stuff out and trying to work your game so that you can tighten up. And my whole goal is to try and teach you how to get into the top 10. So when I have a week like this where I don't make the top 10, that's no bueno. Yeah, 50% win rate would be like, you know, like that's like, I mean, we have teammates that win every week, and they are fantastic players. They're totally students of the game. They invest the time and the energy every week to put in the time and the rounds so that they can go out there and they've got these holes down. And they are badass players, and that's really what it takes. Is if you want to win, you've got to be focused. You can't come out here and take it for granted and go, oh, yeah, just go out there and do the deal. You got to go out there and put it together and do it. And my whole goal really is that's about it. It's like a 50% win. And there's been, hell, I don't even know how many tournaments we've had. We must have had, if Golf Clash Note was updated, and that's another thing, you guys can all go out there and PS and say, hey, why, like, what do we need to do to take and help Golf Clash Notebook get all caught up? Because it's getting, the last time they updated it was in the Winter Major, and there were some mistakes made on several of the holes that they put in there, on some of the new courses. But like somebody going out there and like us getting involved to help out Golf Clash Notebook, because that's one of the key reasons. Like when Golf Clash Notebook came out, it was at 1 year, and I started doing videos because we finally had a resource that we could use where I could do the pin. Because I wasn't going to start unless I had something I could draw on the screen, and I wanted to do like a coach where we were drawing out the holes and thinking about them critically. Yep. Yeah, I mean, in the time thing, it just depends on the time of the year. Like in the winter, I usually don't work in the winter, so like I have more time in the winters. I can play more in those winter months, and it just depends on the work thing. So if you're really busy, and summertime, and if you've got kids, nobody's in school, and they're probably not going to go back to school, so you've got to work that time out. That's the deal. All right, minus 27, ending up in 5th place. Now let's go up and see who won, and I'm thinking that it's at least a 31. So 29, and I wanted to try and get a 30. That was my goal, and try and pick up something. So if I would have been able to shoot what I wanted to shoot, that would have been a winning score. So like as far as like looking at my notes and how I was approaching the holes, I was thinking right as far as score, that's what it was going to take to win, and this is how I needed to get it done. I needed to get all the par 4s, and I needed to pick up two of something else, and I picked up the 2 and then dropped the par 5. Not good. Not good. 29's dominating the top 5. 28's dominating the top 10. So trying to break up in there. That is my minimum score was minus 14. 28, that's a top 10. What do you know? All right, that was my 99 account. Oh my God, that's quite a weekend bracket. That's a good bracket. I like those. I like it when it's tight up at the top like that. And you know, because these are brackets that if you come in and play the score, it's a good deal. I mean, the brackets that you're in, Des, I'm sure that because I mean, you're talking about having to shoot a 33 in order to be at the top. Thank you, baby. Having to shoot like a 33 to be at the top. because the guy already shot a 32 or somebody shot a 34 and you got to shoot a 35. That happens, but for the most part, it's just really tight up at the top. And then there's players, you're in some of those brackets where somebody popped off that monster score and you just have to just hit the road. I mean, you're relegated. That's why I don't like to go to the top and look at what the top person has scored until it's all over. Because if you are in one of those brackets and you see that 34, that 35, and you go, well, and then you're just out of it. But if you're like going at it like, hey, I'm just going to play my game, you can get rounds where you can get up there with them if you're just playing it. And I never look at the scores because I don't want to see that 35 up there. I want to kind of work my way up. You really want to end up in first when you're on the 17th hole, so you got to play 18 and you're in first. That's the perfect spot to be in. Yeah, and that's the other thing is I like to play on Sunday nights because on my brackets, like I like to play on Sunday nights and I don't like to see what's at the top. But when I'm on one of those weeks where I am playing really good, and you're working your way up the scale and stuff, and you know that those people have been watching it all weekend long and like looking at the thing and going, okay, I'm still in first, I'm still in first, I'm still in first. And then coming up through the ranks and trying to beat them at the last minute when there's no time left, it breaks their heart. And I've had that done to me too. I've had where I played for whatever reason, I got in and I got up first thing in the morning and played. And then it's like, okay, I'm in first. And then you got the whole weekend where you're in the hot seat. It's like watching bicycle racing or any of these sports where now somebody's in the hot seat. Somebody's got to go out there and do a hot lap. All right. I want to thank all of you for watching. All of you that are in the chat, thanks for watching the stream. I'm gonna look up the 9-hole cup, and tomorrow I will actually do a walkthrough tomorrow on the 9-hole cup, and we can start getting ready for that and see if we can have some fun this week on holes that we've played before. So, and I have 0 Power 5 inventory, so hopefully there's